Alrighty YouTube, welcome back. To clear the elephant in the room, the box is in and the truck is now shoved all the way forwards. The last time you saw me, I was fixing my belt alignment, moving the power steering a little bit back to correct that, and completely redesigning a alternator bracket that will swing tension the serpentine system, which is now painted. I did that off camera and it turned out pretty fantastic. You might be wondering why the hell this isn't mounted on here just yet. I was gonna stick it on until I realized that this one straight fitting here is gonna be a huge pain in the ass. I wanna get a 45-degree fitting off of this to make putting that heater core line on a little easier, and I don't wanna have everything in the way there. That one fitting is also stopping me from putting coolant in the system because I don't know if I'm gonna have to pop this whole piece off to actually change that, if it's gonna hit the valve cover. I don't know yet. And the one other thing is the alternator. My lovely dad, who actually took my valve cover from me and polished it up nice and mirror, I managed to convince him as well to do my alternator case. Now, it's not the prettiest alternator in the world, but I need some shine balance on this engine because we got the shiny turbo on that side, the shiny valve cover in the middle, and then the alternator on this side will at least keep some balance to the engine bay. Kind of polishing a turd, whatever. What haven't we done already? So that's gonna go off to him. And the entire wiring harness and the spark plug wires has been kicked off out of the way for the time being so that I can sort it out way better than it was because it's absolutely disgusting. So while I'm waiting to make a move on all that stuff there, I stuffed Rat 10 as far forward as I could and I brought the box back in, and there's one very good reason why this is back in here. Now the order of operations for Rat 10 here might be a little all over the place because there's so many little things that still need done all over the place in the engine bay, in the interior, and in the rear end. I just want to do something different that's been in the back of my mind forever, and hopefully the piece of tape on the front of the box here is evident to what I'm about to do, because after taking all the time to mount this rear end back in here, throwing that on top would be an insult. So to jump right in, let's cut a hole. Fun to cut out. Oh boy. Oh, cool. That was so worth it. Oh man, that's cool. First of all, the box isn't centered yet, but there's your first whole look at Rat 10. It seems to sit a little higher in the back than I remember setting it up like, but it's a truck. It's gonna have a truck stance now. And oh my God, look at this. I have been wanting to do this to the back ever since I finished mounting the Dana 44 because I knew you weren't gonna be able to see it with the box on. I mean, obviously there's a floor in the way. Pull the piece out to reveal that beautiful Dana 44 independent rear end. Wow, that worked out so good. Gotta admit, cutting that hole made me a little nervous. Seeing this now, I'm not nervous anymore. This is awesome. It's a perfect way to be able to show off all the work that went in back here. And I'm so glad that I painted and polished this because it looks so goddamn good. Oh yeah. Okay, so with this guy done, I'm gonna go out to the backyard because I have a solution for covering this hole. I was gonna use this, but I have a better idea. We're gonna cut it out here. I sawed this box in half. And before you get mad at me for cutting up what looks like a pretty mint box, she's got quite the dent in the side of her. So I'm not sad. Plus I got this for free with this truck when I bought it. Alright, let's show you the idea here. This can just go away. Now this one being longer, the hope is it'll give me just enough overlap so that it will sit flush, and when it's painted it will look like a box. What I can do here is now put some hinges on each side of this piece, put a latch on that side, and then this guy Look at that. That would be very nice. This is gonna look so good. And I mean, just for sake of example here. Here we go. That'll end up blending very nicely. Actually, even just with black paint over it, my eye doesn't really see that sharp edge. So that's gonna work so good. Actually, yeah, once that's painted all black, man, you won't even notice that. The other hope is that, not that I'm ever actually gonna use Rat 10 for truck purposes anymore, but this should at least, yeah, see, it'll give some support back here. So that's a lot better. I much prefer this than anything else. And because I know everyone's going to say it, simple answer. Most plexiglass, the cheap stuff, does not last. It will haze, it will get scratched up, dirty, whatever, and be a huge pain to clean. I would like to maintain the truck aspect of this so that when you look at it, it just looks like a truck. And then when you go to a show or a meet or whatever, you pop this up and oh my God, it's not just a truck. Much like a sleeper status of sorts. Because to get a proper piece of plexiglass or Lexan back here, I'd probably have to spend a few $100s on it. It would look out of place to have this big hole and then all of a sudden clear. This, nice and seamless. You can put some nice flush hinges there. It'll look perfect. Now I need to find some parts for this. I went and picked up some simple hinges to put on this big old flap. So we'll use those on the back side. And I'm gonna try to use these like toolbox latches on the front side. All right, this should be able to hinge up now. Yeah. Oh, that's so cool. But that should sit flat now. Nice. See how these guys, how they do. Not so bad. Oh yeah. Cool. It's not the strongest thing in the universe, but it's probably fine. Hey, yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. All right. Now for the fun part. Now I don't need to go super crazy here. I'm just gonna hit it with the wire wheel on my cordless grinder just to break up some of the dirt and loose paint and call it good. In a perfect world, I'd probably brake clean this, but I'm not perfect. Yuck. Hindsight, I probably shouldn't have sprayed that other paint because it's actually starting to peel up from this other stuff I'm using. But first coat done, I'm gonna wait for that to dry and do some more. All right, I got the box all unmasked now. Here's the final reveal. Check that out. Oh man, that turned out so good. It's really not as consistent as I would like it, being that paint that peeled up from where I had the other spray paint. Whatever. This looks miles better than Rat 10 ever has. And with the black box combined with what I plan to do to the body of the truck once everything's all said and done, this is gonna look incredible. And if you're curious, I did take the time underneath this panel, because I'm not crazy, don't you worry. I did paint the lips where the panel would be sitting. And you'll notice I went through and did the bottom side of it as well. Now I have a beautiful contrast from the rear end, the black frame, everything else all in here. This looks so good. Man, I am happy the way this looks. Turned out better than I ever would have expected. And that'll be it. I apologize, today's video is just covering the box back here. I went through some technical difficulties and I lost some footage that I recorded on other parts of the truck. So I'm gonna do my best to re-record some of that for the next video. If it means going back and redoing some of the work that I did, that I lost, whatever. I'm not a happy camper, and I literally busted all of this out in the past 2 days, so Saturday, Sunday, just to get new content for today's video. So I apologize for that. I'll try to remedy it, see if I can maybe get any of it back. I don't know, I'm kind of sad about it. But this is one huge step forward. I can't believe how good that looks. I guess stay tuned for next time when we hopefully get into some of the wiring up front. I do plan on revealing the interior to you as well. Then there's a whole bunch of other little things that Rat 10 needs that I've been neglecting, and we'll tackle some of that. So I hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for watching and come back for more.